Hello, good to have you join me on another informative episode of Housing Development, your go-to source for trending housing information in Nigeria and beyond. As always, I am Flora Ani, your housing diva. Line up on the program today. Managing Director of Family Homes Fund will be speaking on how to access financing from FHF plus Family Homes Fund's plan for the year 2022. In addition, News Play 3 groundbreaking ceremony will also be on Spotlight. On Voices on the Street segment, Nigerians narrate their challenges in accessing mortgage to buy a house. But first, let's see the news making rounds in the sector. I'll be back shortly.
Analysis of the average land prices in key nodes of Lagos State indicate that there was an increase between 22% and 63% in the last 2 years. Lekki Phase 1 recorded the highest increase of 63% in land prices between 2019 and 2021, followed
a house. But first, let's see the news making rounds in the sector. I'll be back shortly.
It's matter of time. See.
Analysis of the average land prices in key nodes of Lagos State indicate that there was an increase between 22% and 63% in the last 2 years. Lekki Phase 1 recorded the highest increase of 63 land prices between 2019 and 2021, followed by Agungi, also along the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway, while Songotedo had over 51% increment within the period under review. This was part of the analysis of the 2022 Nigeria Real Estate Market Outlook released by the foremost real estate investment firm, North Court. With the 2023 election inching closer, prices of land are further projected to grow as the report further indicates. Seamless land transactions are a priority of the central government as regulators partner with the private sector to remove impediments. And as the nation moves closer to the 2023 election cycle, land prices are projected to grow. Commenting on the outlook, Ayo Ibaru, Chief Operating Officer and Director, Real Estate Research, North Court, said despite the challenges posed by the pandemic in 2020, the investment rationale for owning real estate remains attractive. The Family Homes Funds Limited (FHFL) has launched a home loans assistance program targeted at Nigerians on low and middle income, offering them a low-cost deferred equity loan for up to 40% of the cost of their home. FHFL, which is currently working with state governments and private developers across the country, is aimed at facilitating the construction of affordable homes for people on a modest income, who will offtake these homes with financial assistance through the Help to Own program. Mrs. Aisha Omar, Director, International Economic Relations, leading the negotiation on behalf of the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Dr. Zainab Ahmed, stated that the facility will support the federal government's efforts to promote access to affordable housing finance for low-income families through the Family Homes Funds. In response, the Managing Director of Family Homes Funds, Mr. Femi Adewale, expressed gratitude for the support the initiative received from the Minister and the AFDB management. Housing Development Advocacy Network (HDAN) has joined concerned stakeholders in the country calling for restriction of the ongoing demolition in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. HDAN describes the current scenario in Rivers State as an outright fallout of democratization in planning. According to Barrister Festus Adebayo, the Chief Executive Officer of the leading housing advocacy group in Africa, in a press statement, expressed dissatisfaction, stating that the issues of urbanization and COVID-19 have heightened the attention of the world on ways to meet the increasing housing demand. owing to the alarming rural-urban migration in recent times, rendering people homeless, which is social injustice and calls for concern. While condemning the act in strong terms, he emphasized the importance of a plan for relocation and resettlement before embarking on such outright demolition.
Welcome back. You can visit www.africanhousingnews.com for more housing, finance, and construction news. Stakeholders in the real estate sector have identified lack of access to construction finance as a major factor militating against the realization of affordable housing delivery in the country. While the availability of housing finance is essential for increasing housing production, certain requirements has to be met by developers to get financing for their housing projects. The Managing Director of Family Homes Funds, Femi Adewale, in an exclusive Zoom interview, outlines this requirement. Let's have a look.
There are just a few key things, I call them foundational things, that developers need to ensure that their projects have to have a good chance of securing financing from Family Homes Fund. The first is that they need to have a clean, unencumbered title on the land. Okay, you don't. If there's no land, there is no project. And I know that this is very difficult because we work in an environment where you are not sure whether the title is sound, and people have different kinds of title. But typically speaking, our preference is the land in the name of the developer with a C of O attached to it. That's our primary preference. But we can be flexible and take things like a deed of assignment or any other title that we are guided provides a solid evidence of ownership and are mortgageable. So that's the first key thing. The second key bit is what we call the exit. Okay, so how are we going to get out of here? And that primarily relates on the developer's ability to sell the homes that are financed, because it is in selling the homes that Family Homes Funds can get its money back. So I want to encourage prospective developers that they need to think quite deeply at the point of developing their proposals about what their strategy is to ensure that their sales revenue is significantly secure, i.e., the buyers are there and the buyers have a means of paying for the houses, because it's in those things happening that the developer makes a profit and Family Homes Funds get repaid its money back. So in a sense, we're joined at the hip on that issue.
If you just joined in, the program is Housing Development, and the Managing Director of Family Homes Funds, Femi Adewale, has been speaking on the key requirement needed from developers to get financing from FHF. Now, the Family Homes Fund is a sub-Sahara Africa's largest housing fund focused on affordable homes for Nigerians on low income. Now, let's take a listen as Femi Adewale also lists out Family Homes Fund plans for the year 2022.
For 2022, we will start on 20,640 new homes across the country. So 20,640 new homes. That's a very specific number because they are tied to very specific projects. So that is our core target around our core program, which we call the Affordable Housing Fund. On top of that, subject to the finalization of our ongoing discussions on the National Social Housing Program, we then expect to do another 50,000 homes over and above the 20,640 homes. So in total, and all being well with the National Social Housing Program, we expect to start on site with in excess of 70,000 homes in 2022. That will be by far the largest housing program in a single year in the history of our country. And just so that it's not just about words, the 20,640 program, which is our core program, is fully funded, i.e., we have mobilized the resources to fully fund those homes. So, barring any technical glitches, I think there's a strong guarantee that that will be delivered. We're working very hard, and I think we have a strong assurance that the National Social Housing Program will come through, and that will give us another layer of about 50,000 homes. In addition to that, we also have the objective in 2022 to finally launch our incremental housing program. There are a large number of Nigerians, particularly Nigerians on low income, where the right solution for them is to be able to build their homes in a step-by-step, pay-as-you-go incremental fashion, or what some people call housing microfinance. So that program will be launched this year, and we expect to do at least 1,800 units of new incremental housing. And as I said before, we will also be investing this year in student accommodation for our young people, and we expect to finance at least 4,000 new student bed spaces across at least 4 Nigerian universities. So, in terms of housing delivery, I think that is what we are working to in 2022.
What you think, what you wish, what you dream, we can give you home, your office, anywhere.
At Urban Shelter Limited, we are committed to your satisfaction in terms of good housing construction, infrastructure, flexible payment plans, and that's not all. We uphold affordability, reliability, quality, and innovation. Urban Shelter, distinctive homes, prestigious offices.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing Development. Now let's go over to the street to hear from Nigerians the challenges they experience in accessing mortgage to buy a house.
Sector is supposed to help Nigerians for in case of when they want to access loans. But nowadays, those things are not happening. It's as if it's not going on again in Nigeria. I don't know why. Okay. So you are not making people to know the useful of mortgage as for give people loans to access housing or land or whatever. Nothing. I don't think it's working.
The mortgage system is totally in shambles. In fact, they don't have a direction at all. In fact, it's supposed to be revisited, and the money should be given that they have collected from workers should be given back to them. And then if they want to do it again, they should start all over again because they have lost direction. They don't even know what they're doing. They are just deducting money from workers just like that. It's in total shambles.
There is no system in Nigeria. They give you 24-month moratorium to enable you set up a business before you start to pay back. But in Africa, in Nigeria, it's not a country that has standard or system. In Nigeria, if you borrow money from the bank, how many percentage? The least is 25%. And you start paying from the day you collected money. Are we not a slave to ourselves? Is it a white man that is running mortgage system? Is it a white man that is running commercial bank? All those microfinance banks, is there a white man running it? We are the one running it. We are the one exploiting ourselves.
It wasn't palatable. Eventually, it didn't go through. First, I got the letter of offer. I was asked to go and open an account with a primary mortgage institution. which I did, they even went ahead to show me the property. It was actually in Kubwa. We went for the property. The other day, they came and started speaking grammar, telling me all sorts of things that up to today, I still cannot comprehend. And I'm sorry to say, but I lost money in the process. It wasn't palatable.
Voices on the street there. So glad you're still with me. The program is Housing Development, the only TV program that gives you first-hand information on housing in Nigeria. In tackling the housing needs of Nigerians by providing more houses, the groundbreaking ceremony of Needs Place 3, developed by Needs Realty, was held recently in Abuja. Let's have a look.
Exactly 1 year after the first groundbreaking ceremony of the Needs Realty Limited, Place 1 in 2021, the emerging real estate company has witnessed a tremendous growth process as it has recorded the third groundbreaking ceremony, Place 3 in Katampe axis of Abuja, in a bid to tackle the already existing housing needs of the country. CEO of Needs Realty Limited, Abubakar Sadiq Mohammed, in his speech, noted that the 21 housing units to be built on 1.07 hectares of land, comprising 14 units of semi-detached homes and 7 units of fully detached homes, was geared towards contributing a quarter to the growth of Nigeria's GDP in providing more homes that will increase the nation's economy through the housing sector, and also tackle the dire needs for shelter amongst Nigerians. For him, the project is progressive as it was birthed at the crux of the COVID-19 pandemic, yet making strides.
Ultimately, our journey has just begun. The next few years for us, I know, is going to be extremely busy. It's going to be extremely eventful, and it's going to be what sets us out from every other person, because for us, we are not competing with anyone. The competition is against ourselves, and the competition here is to ensure that we deliver on every promise we make. We ensure that everything we put forth is excellent. We also ensure professionalism in all our works, and we showcase the talent that everyone desires to see in the industry today, the real estate industry today.
President of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, Mr. Enyi Ben Ebo, following the track records of Needs Realty Limited with the use of quality building and construction materials with the 2 years operations of the real estate company, he expressed optimal satisfaction of the company, noting that the construction of the Needs Place 3 will definitely not be below standards as a solution to major architectural issues in the housing sector.
I'd like to commend the courage of Needs Realty. You came out at a time when others were running out of industry. You came out at a time when a strange pandemic just came upon all of us, and nobody was certain of the future, and people were holding back. Even investors were kind of wary investing in an uncertain outlook. You also came out at a time when the economy was facing, or is still facing, a very, very serious challenge. And so for you to have covered these grounds in, I would say 1 year, because 2020 we never really worked, all of us were at home, I would really say it is commendable.
In keynote addresses and speeches by stakeholders, partners and investors present, the project will not only eventually contribute in tackling housing deficits in Nigeria, but will bring economic development to the Katampe community of Abuja and Nigeria at large.
This is a building, a project that has 21 units of luxury houses. We have 14 units of semi-detached, and then we have 7 units of fully detached in a compound of about 1.07 hectare land.
You want people to build houses, you don't make the land become very, very difficult for them to acquire. Also, you have to make do with a lot of intervention and create programs that will enable banks and other institutions that can finance projects like that to really help in developing this sector. The most important for me is making the land available and also creating the enabling environment for the financial institution to come in.
Are you a chief executive officer within the real estate, mortgage, building materials and construction industry? Then the Abuja International Housing Show CEOs Forum, a gathering of high-profile professionals who are founders and business owners, has a housing and construction industry. Over 200 CEOs in real estate, mortgage, housing finance, construction companies, and professional institutions will focus on the macroeconomic and socio-political environment impact of the real estate market. This collaborative and supportive forum will also give you an opportunity to present and discuss challenges.
Welcome back. Coming up next is our Woman Crush Wednesday.
Introducing our Woman Crush this Wednesday. She is none other than Honorable Freda Akosua Prempeh. She is a Ghanaian politician and member of the Parliament in the 7th and 8th Assembly of the 4th Republic of Ghana, representing Tano North Constituency. She is currently the Deputy Minister for Works and Housing and has served in the office of the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. A self-disciplined, devoted public servant of Ghana and a brand and communication expert, she obtained her first degree in business administration from the University of Ghana. She also has a master's in marketing, another master's in media and public relations. She has been a gender activist for years and founder of The Ultimate Woman. Honorable Freda Prempeh has the aptitude for politics and has served as Assembly member for the Laku electoral area for a period of 8 years, where she chaired the Women and Children Subcommittee and the Development Planning Subcommittee. Prior to becoming a member of the Parliament, she worked with the Prison Services for 10 years. She also served on the National Reconciliation Commission as a Public Affairs Officer in 2006. She is a development-oriented person and has chalked a lot of successes in her quest to develop her constituency. Health, education, and infrastructural development remain her priorities and high on her agenda. Honorable Freda has attended a number of workshops and conferences and received many awards in recognition of her undoubting leadership, dedication, and selfless services, and also promoting gender issues. Apart from her busy schedules, she has very interesting hobbies, which she usually engages in ways of relaxation. Paramount of them are cooking, dancing, and watching movies and sports. For these reasons and more, Honorable Freda Akosua Prempeh has been chosen as our Woman Crush this Wednesday.
Are you tired of shifting through classified ads and online directories to find your new home ownership or rental through mortgages and more? No more stress of finding units and setting up viewings. Connect with many trusted real estate and construction companies that specialize in affordable products. Oh yes, relief has come with the Abuja International Housing Show 2022, where you will not only meet real estate and construction stakeholders, but also meet the companies that can help you own affordable homes, purchase affordable building materials, and others for your building projects. Or are you a housing stakeholder or organization looking to meet other fantabulous brains and faces making things happen in the housing sector? The 16th Abuja International Housing Show is for you and yours. It is the largest housing and construction event in Africa. Come, exhibit, network, and make sales. Live from July 25th to 28th, 2022 at the International Conference Center, ICC, Abuja.
For further inquiries, 0816-6570-090. That is 0816-6570-090. The 16th Abuja International Housing Show. Be there.
If you'd like to nominate someone to be featured on Women Crush Wednesday, reach out to Housing Development via our email, housingprogramonait@gmail.com. Our Women Crush Wednesday segment is also open for sponsorship. Send a DM to 090-960-94099. WhatsApp only. Housing is a fundamental human right that must be guaranteed to everybody. For a socially just and sustainable recovery, we need to make sure that every citizen benefits from decent, affordable, and sustainable housing. Let's reflect on these as I end today's episode of Housing Development. I remain your housing diva, Fleur Annie. See you soon. To everybody. For a socially just and sustainable recovery, we need to make sure that every citizen benefits from decent, affordable, and sustainable housing. Let's reflect on housing development. I will be your housing leader, Annie. See you soon.